Florida Representative Greg Steube. Congressman, welcome back to Victory News.
Yeah, good to see you. Thanks for having me.
Okay, we're looking at a full-blown invasion, the way I see it, by illegal immigration on our southern borders. The New York Post reports there are over 209,000 illegals waiting or moving north to crossing the United States. Yet, this is what the DHS Secretary Mayorkas is saying today. Here it is.
More than 100,000 people from Cuba, Haiti, Nicaragua, and Venezuela have arrived lawfully through the pathway we have made available to them. And we reduced border encounters from these groups by 90%.
Is there an alternate universe there in Washington I'm not aware of? What world are they living in, Congressman?
And the same guy says that the border is closed and it's not open, yet we've had 5 million illegal immigrants come through the border just since Joe Biden's been president. I mean, that's more than the population of some of the states in our country. And that's what we're dealing with here. And they refuse to address the situation every single day. Mayorkas, this administration, the president, the vice president, who's the border czar, are intentionally and willfully violating federal law at our border every single day. Not too long ago, a year or so ago, Mayorkas came before the Judiciary Committee, and we asked him of those who were seeking asylum, whose cases were denied, and there was a deportation order from a judge. Why have they not deported those people? I mean, it's time after time after time where this administration is willfully and intentionally violating federal law at the border, and now we're going to see a huge surge. Some of the estimates are like 200,000 in the next month or so that are going to come across illegally.
Okay. This morning, the House Oversight and Accountability Committee says the Biden family created more than 20 companies, received over $10 million from foreign nationals while Biden served as vice president, including China-linked companies. What's your reaction, and where do we go from here?
Well, disgust is my reaction, because he was using his position as vice president of the United States. He was even, after he denied meeting with these individuals or having any knowledge of his son's business dealings, he met with these individuals 80 times. Millions upon millions of dollars from the Chinese Communist Party, Romania, other countries were funneled through LLCs that were owned and operated by 9 different Biden family members. And so now we'll be subpoenaing those records on the actual LLC to determine where that money actually went after it went into the LLC. But this is, in my opinion, this is criminal activity that needs to be investigated by the DOJ. But you know that the DOJ is just not going to do it because they're completely weaponized and politicized.
Okay. So Speaker McCarthy met with Joe Biden last night on the debt ceiling, something you have to fix soon, and the Congress has done that. And they found him unwilling to negotiate on reducing spending. Now, here's the Speaker addressing the press on that meeting.
Well, the House made sure we wouldn't have default because we raised the debt limit. Now, the Senate hasn't done anything. Well, the Senate hasn't done anything. That would come down really to Chuck Schumer and the president.
Congressman, a lot of people think it's the Republicans are stonewalling here, but it sure doesn't sound like it from that.
No, we passed a bill in the House. We passed a bill that would raise the debt ceiling and curb spending because Washington has a spending crisis, and we need to get the spending crisis under control because that is what has caused inflation. So we have done our job in the House. At this point, there's a bill sitting in the Senate that Chuck Schumer hasn't done anything with. There's 43 Republican senators in the Senate who are refusing to vote for a clean debt ceiling. So Chuck Schumer needs to pass a bill in the Senate, and if it's different from what the House passed, we go into conference. That's how the legislative process works. And they're refusing to work with Republicans on this and instead trying to blame Republicans for the fact that we're not increasing the debt ceiling, and we have.
You're doing what the Constitution says you're supposed to do. Now, the House Judiciary Committee released a report today entitled The Hunter Biden Statement, How Senior Intelligence Community Officials and the Biden Campaign Worked to Mislead American Voters. Can you summarize the discovery?
Basically, the CIA, actual operatives working for the government in the CIA, were soliciting signers to that letter that were saying that the Hunter Biden laptop was Russian disinformation, which was completely wrong and false and a lie to try to help the Biden campaign in the upcoming debate. And that is an absolute fact that we have now found out.
A lot of not good things happening with this administration. You posted today the military is apparently willing to sacrifice performance standards for woke policies that will only hurt our readiness and recruitment. Tell us why.
Yeah, they're using drag queens now to recruit, and they wonder why their recruitment numbers are down. They're using racism to take minorities in positions based off race instead of based off their qualifications and abilities to do the type of jobs that they need to do. That's not what the military is for. We should be focused on the safety and security of the American people and not racism, wokeism, and transgenderism.
Yeah, the world is too dangerous of a place to play games with our military. Congressman Stubbe, sir, thank you for being with us today.
Yeah, great to see you.
Mike?
Greg,